Trekcast.
The galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast.
There he is, just swaying to the breeze. What's going on, man?
How's it going?
It's early. How are you doing?
It is early. It's a lot earlier for you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So welcome to Trekcast, everybody, the galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Scott. With me is Daniel, the one who makes all of this come together.
I just hit buttons.
You just hit buttons?
I just hit buttons.
Host,
Yes,
producer extraordinaire.
Yeah, that's my fault, buddy. That's why it's so early.
Right.
Yeah.
So just the two of us today. Dan's got some stuff going on. So
yeah.
I've been great. Busy, just working and kind of getting ready for the snow to fly and just getting things buttoned up around the house and all that.
Winter is coming for sure.
Winter is coming.
Yeah.
Yes. Like our friends from Westeros like to say.
It's busy over here. I'm currently dog sitting 3 dogs.
Oh,
my friend's
nice.
dog. Yeah.
What kind of dogs?
They're all little mutts, but
love it.
No bigger than like 20 pounds at the most.
Okay, awesome,
Yeah,
awesome. We're dog people, so
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, same.
I see it like a little dog, and I turn into like a little 12-year-old girl, like, oh, come here.
Yeah. The only problem is one of them is a super skittish dog. Will not let you get near him. So that he's my tough one.
That's fun though. That's fun.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
So we're gonna do a show.
We're
gonna do a podcast.
People are gonna be happy about
our main
that.
topic. So there was a new announcement this week. The Nacelle company is going to be doing Star Trek action figures. So for our main topic, one of the big things they're asking for is they want to do figures that have not been in the line before. So stuff that Playmates never got to. So we're going to try to come up with a list of figures we'd like to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll have more about that. It's also going to be in the news. We'll talk a little bit about what this means and all that.
Okay. And I also have a book review.
Oh, that's right.
So,
yes. I'm excited
Stitch
about
in
that.
Time by Andrew Robinson. So
nice.
Very excited.
Nice.
Very excited.
Yeah. So we'll definitely get to all that. But I guess we should start with the news.
Okay, let's do it.
Star Trek news.
All right.
Where did that sound come from? Star Trek news.
I think I made it using some sort of AI prompt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty easy. Yeah. But so here's our first news story. Comes to us from StarTrek.com. A new action figure line is coming from Nacelle. They are a toy company, and this is a big announcement about it. So it was just announced the figures will be on the 1/12 scale. So that's about the 6-inch.
So the same size as the ones that we're kind of familiar with, the old school.
The Playmates ones.
Yeah.
The Playmates ones were 4.5 inches.
Oh, so these are larger.
Would be slightly larger, yeah.
Okay.
Because the 6-inch has been the most popular figure size right now.
Oh,
it's like the same size as like the Marvel Legends and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's a little bit bigger. Not much, but a little bit. So that will be kind of interesting because these new figures really won't work with all your past stuff.
I was gonna say, I dig out my old bridge set. They're gonna look like giants.
Right. Yeah. So it's not going to scale to those things. So that's going to be tough for some collectors because, you want to have your whole crew together, and there's one giant compared to everyone else that had not been released yet. So
right.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit rough. I'm sure Nacelle is hoping that like eventually we'll have them all, so you can just
Right.
replace them. Yeah.
And then they can build, shuttlecraft and transporter rooms and engineering and bridges.
Right.
And...
I'm sure that's the goal, but it's going to be awkward at first. So,
yes.
But yeah, so these are coming. We don't have a release date as to when. It was just announced that they're doing this. And to make action figures really takes a long time because you got to make the mock-ups, then you make the molds. You got to get the permit.
You got to get Riker's ass just right.
Just right. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do they say? Captain America, that's America's ass. So that's
exactly.
Ass,
that's Star Trek's ass.
That's Star Trek's ass. So yeah, it's going to be a while before we see these things. So
okay.
I'm actually surprised they announced it this early in the process. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they want to generate some buzz, and you talk about like the size difference being kind of awkward. I'm thinking about cool pairings from old figures to new figures, like have like a giant, like a 6-foot Deanna Troi next to a 4.5-inch Worf.
Right.
That'd be great.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know, you guys listening, if you're interested in these new figures, but we'll definitely be talking about them.
Yeah, as they come out, we can,
yeah,
critique each of the individual ones. And
yeah.
absolutely.
All right. And then our next news story. I know that we try not to get political, but I just wanted to mention this just so people knew it was happening. A bunch of Star Trek cast members are going to be doing an online fundraiser for Kamala Harris. The fundraiser will take place October 2nd. It's live in LA. So if you live in LA, you can go. Tickets in person are $150 because it's a fundraiser.
Okay.
But you can
Kamala
watch the
Harris.
live stream.
She's the former Attorney General,
Right, of California. That's right.
Okay,
the former Attorney General of California, current Vice President.
And, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And tickets online, so you can watch the live stream, are $10. They will have all sorts of Star Trek actors there. Jonathan Frakes, Gates McFadden, Will Wheaton, Jonathan Del Arco, Jerry Ryan, Tawny Newsome, to name a few. Even Lower Decks creator Mike Mahan will be there as well. So
cool.
I
wonder what Star Trek actors are going to be at the Trump rally.
Right. Yeah. Maybe Chakotay. I think he's
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll be there. He'll say Kuchimoya.
Yeah. Anybody who's ever played a Maquis.
yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
So so that's happening.
It's gonna be him and who was Cisco's arch nemesis?
Eddington.
Eddington.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, and Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
So there you go. Jasmine says Golden Cot. No, Golden Cot will not be at a political party for anyone else. It'll be himself.
Yep, just himself. He's gonna run third party.
He would run third party.
Attention, American voters.
The choice is clear. Ducat.
Yes.
I did nothing wrong, and I'll do nothing wrong for you.
That's right. The occupation was a good idea.
That's right.
Oh boy.
And then our last news story comes to us from Red Shirts Always Die, and they are saying Star Trek fans should brace themselves for Big October. So why are they saying this? Okay. So at the end of October, October 24th, we get the final season of Lower Decks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what has happened before is last October, we had that big partnership announcement with Kid Cudi, right? And so what they're saying is historically...
Who can forget it?
Yeah, right. Who that came and went. Things happen in October for Star Trek is what they're saying. Also, last October, there was a New York City Comic-Con type event, and Star Trek was pretty prominent there. And so this October, there's another New York City Comic-Con event at the Javits Center. So they're saying, Paramount's already saying they're going to be there, and Paramount's already saying, hey, there's going to be surprises, which they always say. So who knows? I don't know what we'll get this October.
Okay.
I don't think anything major. Maybe another Section 31 trailer at the most,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
or a release date for it.
that's
Maybe.
coming out, isn't it? Is that
Yeah,
still a thing?
they're threatening us with it.
That is happening, right?
Yeah, allegedly.
I mean, that's not like
Allegedly.
that's not in pre-production. That's in production or
Well,
post-production.
I kind of wonder too. Now thinking about it, and like when Picard ended, they did have one night you could go to the theaters and watch it on the big screen.
Oh
Remember,
yeah.
like they did something like that. It was only in a handful of cities, but you
Would they do a limited theater release of a made-for-TV movie or made-for-streaming
I
movie?
mean, they've done it before with TV shows.
TV shows.
Yeah,
But
for
is there a
Star Trek.
precedent? Is there a precedent for, we're gonna like Roadhouse, the new Roadhouse? Would
Yeah.
they have? Is there a world where they would do a limited theatrical release for a made that just for streaming
They will
movie?
do stuff like that. There's a Netflix movie a few years back that won a couple of Oscars, and it was in a similar situation where they only
Because they had a
released
limited
it in
release.
theaters to qualify for the Oscars, right? I'm not saying
Oh.
Section 31 is going to qualify for Oscars, but I could see them releasing it like LA, New York, one weekend, one evening,
Sure.
go watch it on the big screen,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I could see that.
Well, we'll have to see what they announce next month.
Yeah, exactly. The big October surprise. So, but yeah, so that is the news stories.
Sounds dirty. Big
Yeah.
October surprise. Don't look that up. Don't Google Big October surprise, kids.
No, don't at all. Daryl says also Kai Wynn would have her own political thing. So,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, totally. All right. Well, should we get to, or do you want to do your book review, or do you want to get to the main topic?
Yeah, we can do my book review.
Yeah.
All right. So, for some reason, I was half expecting an intro.
Oh, you know
Like,
what? Let's do it.
Scott's book
Yeah, because it's the
review.
main topic. So
You're right.
yeah.
Fun will now commence.
Okay. So, I didn't read A Stitch in Time. I listened to the audiobook, and one of the reasons why I didn't read A Stitch in Time is because it had only one printing, and it came out it was published June 5th, 2000. If you try to find this book on eBay or Amazon or a bookstore website, you're going to pay well over $100 for a paperback copy.
Yeah. It's a limited printing.
It's limited printing, and apparently it just it got really, really popular really, really quick, and it's very, very difficult to find.
Yeah.
So I listened to the audiobook, and it was it's by Andrew Robinson, who plays Garrick, and the story centers around Elam Garrick, and it's told sort of as a first person point of view. It's actually done as the story is as penned as a letter to Dr. Bashir after the Dominion War, and it started out as a Andrew Robinson started it as a biography for Elam Garrick. A lot of times actors will when they're doing a brand new role, they'll sort of write a backstory for that.
Right.
And that's what Andrew Robinson did. He sort of started doing a diary of Elam Garrick. And he started doing that after he got the role on Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
And I'm just reading from some of my notes here. When it was heard by a novelist named David George III, he suggested he should submit it for publishing, which is what he did. And it was very well received. They were going to do a sequel to it, and it was going to be co-written by Alexander Siddig, who plays Dr. Bashir. It just never materialized. But there is a short story called "The Calling," which was published as part of the Prophecy and Change anthology in 2003. If you want to look that up. So it basically takes place in 3 different time periods. The first one, which is the longest time period, he's telling the story to the doctor via a letter to the doctor, and it takes place from the time he's a small boy living at the home in Abertane, all the way up to just before Terok Nor is turned over to the Federation. And so it talks about basically his entire life from joining this elite academy for it's kind of like this elite academy for spies. And he goes to an institute called the Benaran Institute for State Intelligence. It's where basically all good Cardassians go to get educated. And it goes through his time there, his first missions, and his fall from grace, being sent to Terok Nor.
Scott, they have an audio sample right here on Amazon.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah, absolutely.
Let's play that.
Homecoming, Doctor, and finding nothing but Tolan's tools in shed. An irony I think you will fully appreciate when you finish reading this recollection. Yes, I'm afraid you weren't expecting this response to your kind inquiry. It goes a bit further than greetings from Cardassia, wish you were here. It seems I'm arrogant enough to believe this collection of reminiscences is something that may actually interest you.
Okay. I just stopped because it's a 5-minute clip, so I don't.
No, yeah, right. So, and that brings up another interesting thing. The audiobook was narrated by Andrew Robinson, by Garrick himself. So that was fantastic. So the second timeline is, which is a very short part of the story, is just before the mission that Garrick joins Nerys on to liberate Cardassia. Just before, at the last couple episodes of Deep Space Nine. And it basically just talks about his mindset going into that mission. And then present day for the novel is after the war. Garrick's on Cardassia, and it's about his role in helping to rebuild it, not just the planet, but also the political. Because after the war, it becomes apparent to all Cardassians, most Cardassians anyways, that part of the problem over the last 50, 60 years was the fact that the military was in charge of the government instead of the civilians. So it basically takes place on mostly Cardassia in past, present, and sort of future from the series. Also this this academy that he goes to. It also jumps to a few different planets based on the missions that he's on. Talks about remember in the series, he's talking about when he was a gardener for a Romulan senator.
Oh, yeah.
It delves deep into that mission.
Cool.
That mission was talked about when Odo was sick, and Garrick was sort of tasked to keep him occupied.
Right.
During the long, right. And so it delves into that. And then it talks about, his time spent on Terok Nor before it became Deep Space Nine as a tailor, and why he became that, why tailoring became a thing for him. So it was an excellent audiobook. It's about 12 hours long. It was really, really good. I highly recommend anybody who's into audiobooks get it. If you got a spare $110, $120, I would love to get my hands on a copy of it. It's probably not going to happen, but I'd love to, because not next month, but in November, on the 16th and 17th, I'll be going to the Grand Rapids Comic-Con, and Andrew Robinson will be there, as well as they just had somebody cancel. I think it was Jeffrey Combs canceled. Walter Koenig's going to be there.
Okay.
But the person they got to replace Jeffrey Combs is, drum roll, Denise Crosby is going to be there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So Tasha Yar herself is going to be at the Grand Rapids Comic-Con. Nice. So I'm going to be there. My wife's going to be there. We're going to be covering the Comic-Con. So that's very cool. That's going to be exciting.
Nice. Well, yeah. Hopefully we can get you a copy of the book. If somebody knows how to get a hands on a cheaper one, let us know.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Putting out that bat signal.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Great. Yeah, I have Audible and I have a few free credits, so I might have to snatch that up.
I got a Audible account just so I could get a free copy of it.
Nice.
So I got, because it was a start. They were running a special on getting that particular audiobook or going through that link. That I got a second credit, and for the second credit, I got an audiobook that's based on Picard.
Oh, okay.
I'm pulling it up.
The series or just the character?
The series.
Okay, yeah.
And it is called Dark Veil, and it primarily takes place on the Titan. So it takes place it takes place seven years after the events of Nemesis, and a year after the synths went nuts on Mars.
Okay, yeah.
So
very cool.
And and it does something that I appreciate. It doesn't jump around and really develop characters that you're not familiar with right off the bat. Because sometimes that'll take me away from a Star Trek novel if they spend the first 4 chapters talking about trying to develop a brand new character that I know nothing or care nothing about. This one delves right. They're talking about Riker. They're talking about Troy. They're talking about, all the things that we're sort of already familiar with. So
yeah, Daryl
really
says that's a good book as well. So
yeah, I mean, it's the very first chapter. It starts out Riker's in a Romulan prison.
Oh wow!
It's like, oh, hello. So
all right. Well, very cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Some of this out. Yeah. All right. So with our main topic, we were going to kind of figure out. So the Nacelle company has announced that they do want ideas from fans for figures that we'd like to see. Right. So Red Shirts Always Die did this big write up about the new figure line that's coming. They did point out some potential problems to think about. One being that Playmates recently did figures not too long ago in the 4.5 inch, and they really didn't sell after the first wave. We never even really got the second wave. So do Star Trek fans even want action figures right now? Right. And I
don't know, do we?
The other thing they point out too in this article is the Playmates figures were selling for I think like $10, right? But these like 6-inch highly articulated. So let me kind of point out what we see on Nacelle's actual website, because they have other figures they're currently selling, right? They have like the Biker Mice from Mars license, Bill and Ted, and their figures run around like $30 to $40, right?
You can't collect a whole crew like that. I mean,
some people do, but
yeah, I know, but I have a mortgage,
right? So do I. Yeah, yeah, and I mean these are highly articulated and tons of cool accessories, but yeah, so they're designed for the collector like you and me,
right?
But at $40 a pop, a crew of 7, it adds up quick,
right?
Much less getting vehicles. So,
and don't think that because they're collectibles means that they're going to be worth a lot in the future, because the last Comic-Con I went to, I was seeing the old, like the Playmates figures from the early 90s. I was seeing some not so common ones going for like $10.
Right. Yeah, they don't really retain their value.
No.
So that's one of the things that article was pointing out is like, are people going to buy these things, right? They recently announced the Biker Mice from Mars. So like if you're looking at this one, here is Biker Mice from Mars, Throttle and Martian Monster Bike Bundle. That's $83 for that.
Right. And I'm a huge Biker Mice from Mars fan.
Aren't we all?
This is the first I've ever heard of them.
Right, but yeah. So
have you heard of Biker Mice from Mars?
I vaguely remember them as a kid. Vaguely.
Oh, it's old.
Yeah, it's old.
Does anybody else in the audience remember biker mice from Mars?
The Instagram was just lighting up. People are like, "Oh yeah, we love our biker mice."
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah, yeah,
here's
yeah.
the, I feel a little bit better because I don't have a single, trying to think, maybe I have one or two that were gifts later on. I don't really have any of my old, because I've got 2 or 3 dozen of the old Playmates action figures, Star Trek action figures,
Yeah.
in a box down in my basement that I plan on displaying once I finish my basement. Not a single one of them is still in the package.
See, Daryl's
Because
a Ninja Turtle copy. There was a 1990s cartoon. But see, look, Scott,
Okay.
you can get the whole bundle, all 3 biker mice from ours, for just $108.
Oh well, screw the paperback. I'm
That's
going to
right.
get that instead.
That's right. That's right. You can take their heads off and switch off their heads, and
Yeah.
you get a magnet for $108. You get a magnet.
Hon, we're gonna have to sack lunch it for a couple weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Just like the street charts. Yeah, yeah. Right after Ninja Turtles, there was a whole wave of animals and stuff, like the
Oh,
Cowboys
boy.
of Moo Mesa and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what these guys are doing. So 3 figures, $108. I could see them doing bundles like this. You know, like get a Picard and Riker, get a. I'm sure there'll be a Bones, Kirk, and
Yeah,
you know.
and that brings up another thing about collecting figures from when I was a kid. Like before I got into Star Trek, I remember, watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for example, and being like, oh, they have figures on this. And I remember saving my money, and I remember at the time they were like $6 a piece or $10 a piece, whatever they were. And I thought, oh, cool, I've saved up enough money. I'm gonna get Donatello and Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo, and I'm going to get those first. And I remember going to the store, and it's like, they've got like 1 Bebop and like 100 Raphaels, and that's it. They didn't have, like, it seemed like whenever I went to Toys R Us or the toy store, you couldn't get all 4 of them.
Yeah,
You couldn't get all the main characters and Splinter and Shredder. And I'm like, at the time, I couldn't understand, why can't I just go to the store and buy exactly what I want to buy to complete my set? And I feel like it seems like a recurring problem, even in, with the Star Trek figurines. It was difficult to collect, at least from the stores, all the Star Trek, figures I wanted.
right.
So
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to make, how they're going to release them, as far as like, they're going to make, 100,000 Picards and Rikers, and 100 of Sela, and are they going to try to on purpose make some of them super rare? Or, I'm sure that's part of their business model, but it's going to be frustrating for collectors.
I'm sure. I put in the chat, would you pay $30 to $40 for a Star Trek action figure? Chasbis says depends on how they look. And yeah, he also says G.I. Joe was hard to collect as a kid. And
oh, sure. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Gerald does say that they did bring out some Star Trek Ninja Turtle crossover figures, which I have one back on my shelf.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they did make those. But yeah, like, I don't know, man, $30 to $40 for a figure. I don't spend that now because I don't buy the new stuff.
Right. Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a while since I bought a new Star Trek, like, toy, or,
Right.
something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I hope this line takes off, right? Like, we want it to succeed, right? Because that means more popular stuff for Trek. But
oh, absolutely, yeah,
it's just the last line did not do well, and you can make all sorts of reasons why that was, and it did fit perfectly in scale with everything else that you had. So I don't know, man.
Right. That's a big thing. Keep everything the same.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, when you change it up, it's like, going from vinyl to tape you got to buy the white album again, and it's
right. Well, and I remember
set.
Dan, like we had kind of talked about this before, and Dan had mentioned how he thought one of the reasons why the line didn't succeed is they were releasing figures that were already out. They released another Kirk, another Picard, another Data,
right.
When people already had those, and like and he had mentioned that they should have released stuff that they didn't have, like a Tuvix and he named a couple of those characters that were not made, right? That should have been. So like Chakotay boxing.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some alternate versions of some of these characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Daryl says I get Eagle Moss ships, not figures. Yeah. Those have always been popular too, and that's the other thing is like people want the ships, not necessarily the figures. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought of another one. Maybe I should. Are we going to make a list?
Let's make a list. What's the first one you thought of?
Sexually ravaged Neelix.
Oh.
When he's in Tuvok's quarters with the Klingon.
Yeah.
So you have.
I want that box art that says sexually ravished Neelix. Yes.
So, and then you have like the bonus Klingon woman in the package.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they could even do a Tuvok's quarters.
Yeah. If they don't sell that 2-pack for $69, they're doing.
Oh, they're gonna make a fortune.
Yes.
And then you can buy the expansion pack of characters. You can have like a bewildered looking Tuvok going.
Yeah. That's quite the diorama people want to put on their shelf.
Yes, we should do it.
Oh yeah, all right.
I'm writing that one down.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Jasmine says it'll be on sale at Ollie's for $199. Yeah, maybe. Well, if we're gonna go Neelix, I think we need barefoot Neelix just at the beach party.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, Daryl saying hologram Quark's head on Kira's body.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
With the bonus alien that wanted it, played by Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like it.
Oh, and the diorama could be the Holosuite program.
I think we need the mirror universe from DS9, the attendant and.
I like it.
And Smiley and all them.
One of them that I thought of was the members of Nova Squadron, like Wesley and Cito and Nick Locarno and the Beta Z we never remember the name of.
Yeah. That could be good. No. Yeah, Nova Squad. Mm-hmm. The one president they had in DS9, the one who refused to up the I forget his name, but that guy.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Oh no! Look who's here. What's going on?
There he is.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
I used to work here.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's going on?
Good to see you.
He's got the hood on. He's looking a little worse for wear. What's going on?
Yeah.
He's undercover.
It is the Sunday morning like in a long time. Oh my God. It's been a rough couple weeks. I was away training all week, and then Friday I had to leave training early and drive home, and then drive an hour to a buddy's house, and then drive 3.5 hours to that remembrance party.
Oh wow!
There was a lot of remembering, and there was a lot of imbibing going on.
Yeah, that usually happens.
Got home
it's good to see you.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, I got home yesterday afternoon, and I'm still exhausted.
Yeah, you look pretty rough, dude.
Yeah. So what are you guys talking about? What's the topic?
Action
we're
figures.
We're talking about you. We're talking about Space Force and
action figures.
I miss.
Yep.
A new company, Nacelle company, has announced they're gonna take over the Star Trek action figure lines. They're going to be releasing new figures, and they want to do an emphasis. Huh?
What scale? Do we know what scale?
6-inch.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit bigger than the Playmates ones that we're used to.
Yep.
And they want to do figures that had not been in the line before. So they are taking suggestions from fans.
Yep.
And so we're making a list so we can email over to them.
Tuvix.
Yep.
Yeah, Tuvix is on the list.
I came up with sexually ravaged Neelix from that episode where he has sex with that Klingon woman.
And then we want the Klingon woman as a 2-pack for $69.
$69.
And then as a bonus, you can buy different characters, different action figures, and they each come with a small piece of Tuvok's room after they got done having their escapades.
That's right.
So,
Well, something that's popular over the last couple decades is the build a figure concept.
Yeah.
You buy a figure, you get a piece of another one, and you know, if you buy all 6 in the set, you get to build the exclusive figure. So, you know, maybe Tuvix could be like everybody gets a piece of Tuvix. This way, if you don't get the whole set, and you don't have all of Tuvix, you just throw the pieces out the airlock like Janeway did.
or you could do Data, or like who was in the drawer in?
It was B4.
It was B4. You could do a B4, and you could do the pieces just like he was in the drawer.
Yes.
I want a fully functional naked Data. That's what
yes. That's what we all want. That's what we all want, Dad.
Oh, you know, cool. You get Riker, but the beard is in sections, so it's removable. You remove just the sides, it becomes Thomas Riker, and then
oh, that's great.
Did they ever make an attendant figure?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, they did do that. Okay. Well, there goes that.
Well, they could still do. I'm pretty sure they didn't do Smiley or Ben Sisko.
Nope.
Jasmine says Ollie's is going to have a lot of toys to sell.
That's true. He's absolutely right, because nobody's going to buy these.
Yeah. Well, and then the company Nacelle sells their figures at like between $30 to $40.
What?
And because they're the collector grade ones. And so if they weren't buying the Playmates at $10, are people really going to buy these at 30 and 40?
Yeah. I know.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Already he's out. Already.
I'm definitely not gonna collect them all. If they came out with a Tuvix figure, I would buy that because there isn't one. There's never been one. But the idea that I'm going to redo my entire Star Trek collection in this scale at $30 a pop is just not realistic. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You need to get promoted in Space Force.
Yeah,
you need to make Colonel.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they'll do a 3D printer that you can print your own figures anytime you want. So
I tell you what, man, there are people out there that there are groups on Facebook of people just 3D print their own action figures and share files, or they charge people for. I am a bargain shopper.
Chasbis says that Dan's a bargain shopper.
You know what? I scroll through Ollie's at least 2-3 times a month just to see what they got.
Ollie Hunter, who's the Jedi that joined the stream?
you know what's great? When I'm down here in the workshop every once in a while, when I pop into a show like this, there's always stuff hanging around.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is the way.
There's always stuff nearby.
There we go.
Oh,
there we go, baby.
That's great. I still think we need to have a show and tell show sometime.
Oh, we do. We do.
Have all the Facebook fans come out and post pictures of their stuff, and then do a show where we talk about some of the swag that we've got.
We should do that. Yeah.
We should put it on the list.
We'll put it on the list. Yeah.
Somebody brought a pen. I saw that in the chat. Somebody was supposed to bring a pen.
Yeah.
Wasn't.
Scott's got it. He's been writing down the list. Well, any other figures you think we should throw in, Dan?
Let's see.
Because you know the line better than me. I wanted the dog from Lower Decks. The dog.
The dog. What dog?
The what's her name's dog? She genetically engineered a dog.
Oh, yeah.
And I want a
I
badgie.
don't remember the name.
Badgie.
That's
okay.
of course.
Tindy.
Yeah.
Tindy made the dog.
Okay.
And then what? The Exocomp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Peanut Hamper.
Peanut Hamper, Badgie, and whoever Jeffrey Combs voiced should all be like one pack.
Yeah.
That's going to be like a $4,000 pack then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All the Jeffrey Combs characters.
Oh, that
Combs collection.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Oh, I just thought of another one for a collection. The Serena and Patrick and the genetically enhanced folks from Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Those would be good. I was just thinking for the Jeffrey Combs pack, you could have Jeffrey Combs as a Build-A-Figure. You have to buy all of them to build the Jeffrey Combs figure.
There you go. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see Serena because I like Faith Saley. She's the one that played Serena on that.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
They could have like a Faces of Evil 10-pack, and they're all Starfleet. They're all admirals.
with Buen Amigo, who was the bad amigo.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the bad admirals. Nechayev.
RoboCop being evil twice.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Enterprise and
Enterprise and the movies. Yeah.
Yep.
The best RoboCop quote was the guy died and they still made him come to work.
Yes. Did you see Amazon announce they're going to make a RoboCop show?
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are they going to do it?
Or?
No, a live action.
Live action. Now there's three options for this. They could make it visually like they made the 2016 movie.
Yeah.
They could make it like the Peter Weller visually, or they could do their own. If they're smart and they want the nostalgia, they want people my age to really watch it, they'll make the suit look just like the one from 1980, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
They said there was supposedly a movie in production a couple of years ago that was going to be
another
a sequel
RoboCop
to the first movie. They were going to ignore. Yeah, I don't know whatever happened.
You can't ignore RoboCop 2. RoboCop 2 is awesome.
Where he fights the ninja.
No, that was a horror. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Peter Weller RoboCops or nothing.
RoboCop 3, I watched. I watched RoboCop 3 exactly once.
There you go.
I watched it once 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You're not unique because nobody's ever seen it twice.
Fair point.
That is true.
Fair point. Yeah.
Who was the actor that played him in RoboCop 3?
Whoever they can find.
Know. But he looked enough like Peter Weller that most people were like, is it?
Yeah.
From here down? Yeah.
Yep.
That's all that matters, man.
I could pretend to be Dan from here.
Yeah.
I gotta find out now.
All right. Is there any other figures we should throw on our list, or is that the list?
Oh my God. Who am I thinking? I don't know. There's just so many.
Yeah.
I think they need some Klingon army builders. They need some Borg army builders, but not all that look the same. Like different. If they make a Klingon, but they do a couple different molds of the face, and they do a couple different molds of the arms and the legs, and then you can mix and match them. You can make an entire army of guys.
Yeah,
a lot of people are into that, but then again, not at $30 a pop. So
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, you could do, since they do the Biker Mice from Mars figures, they've got a lot of like weapons, accessories. So you could do an action Saru, which is like Punisher armory.
I like it.
Yeah.
Biker Mice from Mars action figures. Where's your collection at, Dan? Biker Mice from Mars.
It's
right.
Yeah.
Right there. How many I got? Lower Decks. I would like, and not the show Lower Decks, the original episode Lower Decks. I would like to see those characters.
Yeah, those characters would be good.
There are so many ancillary characters in Star Trek that only appeared in 1 or maybe 2 episodes, and Playmates did make a lot of those. But there's so many of those characters that there are just so many more that they.
Right.
There's no Moogie. They never did the female changeling. There's no Wei-Ung. There's no Damar.
Yeah.
Some of them are really obscure, like the one where Picard goes to Ryza, and at the very end, the time cops show up. They made it. I forgot what they were called, but they made an action figure of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when Tom Paris breaks the warp 10 barrier, and later becomes a lizard person,
right?
That between point where he just looked like. No, when he looked like a lizard person, not when he looks like the tadpole at the end. The lizard version of him, they made that, and it sat on the shelf for years.
Yeah.
I remember there was the Kmart in the house. There was one of those figures on the shelf for like 6 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The card was all bent up. The corners were round.
Yeah. That's
so
funny.
They made that, but there's no General Martok.
They need a Martok.
You're right. Shameful.
They need a Martok so that you can switch. He's got to have 3 heads. He's got to have one with 2 eyes, one with an eye patch, and one with the scar over his eye.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Klingons, they should do the 3 Klingons that were in the original series and on Deep Space Nine.
Yep.
Yeah. They did an Alexander, but they should do a better one.
They did. Alexander was not. He was not a figure. He was a figurine that came
with Worf.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just like in the series, he was an afterthought.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they did that to Nog too. Nog was like a little.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But Jake got his own figure.
Jake got his own.
So, like, were these the Nog and the Alexander, were they just like molded ones that weren't articulable?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the little green army men, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It was an accessory.
Yeah. It was an accessory.
Yep.
We need a Spot and a Porthos.
Yep.
Moogie and Liquidator Brunt.
Yeah.
And you know what I want? I want Marauder Mo. Do you remember Marauder?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love a Marauder Mo. I want when DS9 did the where he's Benny Johnson writing the story.
Yep.
All those figures.
Yeah.
It's real.
That's another good one.
Yeah.
And we're getting into the weeds. Because, these boys. You're supposed to be playing with them. You know?
Right. Yeah.
How would a kid play with that? That's like, I know I've talked about this before. There's an old SNL commercial out there of when they made a fake commercial for the movie Philadelphia, where Tom Hanks has AIDS and gets fired from the law firm.
Yeah.
That rom-com.
Yeah, and they made action figures for that. So there's a scene where the kids are on the floor and they're like, you can't work here. You've got AIDS. And then they fire a missile across the room. Go look it up. I know.
Nice. I'll have to find that. I know they did something similar with when the Star Trek figures or Star Wars figures started coming back out, and they're like, or you could just buy them and leave them on the shelf.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the kids want to
You've
play
got
with it.
AIDS.
Can't work here. You've got AIDS.
That reminds me of that Family Guy sketch where they do the musical. You've got AIDS, not HIV, but full-blown AIDS.
Oh my God.
It's a Family Guy skit. Don't send me emails, people.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm cutting that up. I'm making that sound.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Nice.
Another figures that I thought of. We talked about this episode not that long ago. Gabriel Bell and Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the guy that wanted to go to Tasmania, and Gabriel Bell, you know, Cisco dressed up as Bell, and yeah.
Oh, I want Pimp Rios.
Yeah, with French Picard.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Give me Pimp Rios.
Little feather in the hat.
Yes. Just put that on my shelf. Yeah, that's my Star Trek figure. Why does he look like a pimp?
Yeah, if you're listening to this, definitely in the Facebook group, put down what your recommendations are for figures.
All right.
I want some suggestions.
I'm gonna jet, guys.
All right, man.
I'll be back. I'll be back next time. Good to see you.
All right. Good seeing you, Dan.
Yeah, good seeing you, buddy.
Keep it real, and I still work here. Don't forget it.
Okay.
We'll keep the seat warm for you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, that was great.
I'm glad you showed up. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so okay. Somebody just asked on Instagram, how long have you guys been going live? For a while. We've been doing this a while. Jasmine says Spock's brain for a figure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or was that little dog that the horn on it and said it's an alien?
Oh, that perfect.
Yeah.
They could do the pets of Star Trek and just have like a little collection, like, you know, when they do. I've got some micro machines here with all the ships. They could do something similar with the pets.
Yeah.
So,
get a Porthos in a spot and
yeah.
What was his name? Grudge the cat.
Doing the show live, is that something that you guys started, or did David and Darren do that?
I don't remember if they ever went live.
Okay,
I know
I don't
we
think
did.
they did.
Yeah.
I just saw a memory come up on my Facebook feed that this is the one. Well, this week is the 1 year anniversary that I started doing the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, congratulations to me.
That's right. Congratulations. All right. Well, let's. I think that's a good place to stop, and then we should get into listener feedback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listener feedback.
All right. So, let's see. The alien dog Sulu held. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Let me check. I don't think I've got any emails.
Yeah, I didn't either, and we weren't sure if we were going to do a show until much later. There's just been a lot going on.
So don't forget, you can send your emails into trekcasttng@gmail.com, or you can send one to me at strongbeard1701@gmail.com. So feel free to do that.
And you can leave us a voicemail at 570-661-0001. That's 570-661-0001.
That's let's put that up on the Facebook and Instagram things too. So
yeah, and we do have all the social medias. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all of them.
And please go to those and interact. Do the like, do the share, do the subscribe, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That helps us spread it and spread the word and all that. So.
Oh, Alejandro says they should make a Badgie figure from Lower Decks. Yeah, that would be a great one. So.
Yep.
All right. Chazb's just X'd up, so he'll be coming on in a second.
They should do like an AI like value pack for Lower Decks. You know, Badgie and like I said before, Badgie and the Jeffrey Combs computer and Peanut Hamper.
Yeah, they could do that guy Control from Disco.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what I just thought of? I bet an exocomp would make a pretty cool. I don't know if you'd want to do a full scale one, but maybe a 3/4 or half scale.
Oh yeah,
maybe something that opened up that, you know, had like a play set or something.
Yeah. That'd be kind of neat.
It'd be obscure enough to be cool, but not so obscure that Star Trek fans wouldn't recognize it.
Right. I would want an exocomp piggy bank, since it's so
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
It
looks
can
like
come with
Chaz
different
was-
accessories. You could put like little thing like on the nose of it. You could have like different tools.
Right. Yeah. Well, here we go. Chaz is there. There he is. Are you driving?
Hello. Yeah, I'm driving.
Hey.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
All right. What's going
to
on?
the airport. So
Oh no.
yeah.
Well, maybe you should focus on that.
Nah.
Yeah.
He's a professional.
I'll make her hold the phone.
Okay. What's going on?
I not much. How are you
Going to
guys
the
doing?
airport?
Yeah,
Good,
just
good.
driving to the airport.
Okay.
So
All right.
she's going to Italy. So
Oh wow.
I'm home alone for 2 weeks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to set the house up like Kevin McAllister and have like little like figurines and stuff like move around.
Yeah.
So, did you have any suggestions for figures that they could make?
Oh man, there's. Well, you could do. Did they ever make the Mirror Universe Akira?
Yes,
they did.
The intendant.
They did.
Yep.
The attendant.
Yep.
I'm trying to think because there's a bunch of mirror universes you could do. You could do, so many figurines, but some of them are like you said, they're in the bargain bin.
Right.
And I purchased one that was signed by Andrew Robertson. That was a Garrick, and I got it for $30.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I got another one that was signed by John Delancey for like $20.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, I saw those, and I was like, I'm buying those because they're signed and they're cheap.
A waiting game says he'd buy a Saru figure that shoots out the little spinners that he had.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
it could
that'd
go
be cool.
Super Saru.
Yeah, if he could go Super Saru. Yeah.
Super Saru. Yeah. Shoot those little spiky things out the side of his head.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be
didn't the
cool.
company that's making these figures say that they were taking email suggestions?
Yeah. That's why we're making the list so we can email it. in.
Are they making a Blippy or what was his name last? I heard the little thing that ate everything last year.
Oh. Yeah, I don't remember.
On Lower Decks.
Lower Decks. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like Blippy or something like that.
Oh, the Moopsie.
Moopsie.
Moopsie. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Moopsie.
they need a Moopsie.
Yeah.
Moopsie.
That's right. Yeah.
And they need a dog that turns into like a crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The dog. Yeah.
Yeah, the dog
Well,
that's all crazy.
If they take email suggestions, maybe we could all band together and have them do like the Podcasters of Trek collection and have
That's right.
have a
Oh, yeah.
Trekcast. You know.
They should do an awkward fan
and
series.
instead of a calendar this year, you guys ought to do action figures.
Yeah.
Wait, they should do a what, Daniel?
Awkward fan series, just like
Awkward fans.
they have all they can come up with awkward fans from Star Trek. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
All they got to do is watch the documentary Trekkies.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Basically those people. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they all look like Chris Farley. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because I distinctly remember there was this one kid in that documentary who kept using the word plethora.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen that documentary, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the kid that was going to make the Star Trek show? He made his own uniform, and he had like
He probably
I
got
don't
sued
know.
by Paramount.
Yeah.
probably made Axonar or whatever.
Yeah,
So-
probably. Man. All right.
I
Well,
like to see whatever happened to him because he was in the sequel too.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he was still working on it, and I'm like, well, I kind of want to see what happened. Did you ever make a YouTube show or anything? Because
He was in Trekkies and Trekkies too?
yeah, he was
Yeah,
in
well-
Trekkies and Trekkies too.
Well, you know who was involved in that was Denise Crosby, and I'm going to meet her in November.
Okay,
You should ask her.
I
dude,
could ask her.
ask her that. That'd be a great question.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
watch
plan on-
Trekkies and make sure you get his name, and
Yep.
then find
Yep.
out whatever happened to him.
Awolf says Trekcast figures now with more unpredictability. Yeah,
That's great.
that's right. That's right.
Dan pops up.
Yeah.
It's Dan with his glasses on. Dan with his wife's glasses on.
Yeah.
Dan with the hoodie. Dan
With a random dog.
They could make a special edition Chad when he's tied up.
Yes.
That one comes with my action figure.
Oh no.
He's just sitting in the corner
with his hands and feet bound.
The galaxy cannot handle more Trekcast unpredictability.
He's turning red that Kamala Harris is supporting Trekcast member.
Yeah. Oh man. They're gonna have. Maybe they'll make popcorn buckets.
Oh no.
Yeah. Who knows?
Out of our heads.
Yeah. All right. Well, Chaz, I don't want to keep you on because you're driving. Like, I do want you to be safe.
Don't worry, they're country roads. So
still though, I do worry about that. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys.
All right, man. All right.
Take care, Chaz.
Awolf says, "Is there a Trekkies 3: The Search for More Money?"
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be.
Absolutely.
There absolutely.
Oh boy.
Should be. Yeah. All right.
I wonder what accessories we'd have.
Would you have a removable beard?
I was you and I were thinking that at the same exact time. Removable beard, and then we could all have like different things in the background. Oh, little mini of my poster here.
Yeah.
We could all have removable headsets.
Right, removable headsets. That sounds good.
Yeah. Hoodie for Dan.
Mine would be like a laptop for editing the show.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan's would come with a bunch of little figures and dogs.
So email this company, everybody, and say, hey.
Yeah. Though I'll put the email in the show notes so people can do that. So
and give us your suggestions for what you guys think would make funny figures that they could do.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right. Well, I guess that's pretty much wrapping it up. And we'll see you next time. And yeah. Bye.
Sounds good. See you guys later.
This is Captain Benjamin Sisko of Deep Space Nine and Space God to the Bajorans. I have a mission for you. This falls outside of Starfleet guidelines. So I can't order you, but I'm asking for volunteers. Volunteers who will subscribe to the Trekcast YouTube channel, leave 5-star reviews on your podcast app of choice, and share Trekcast across your social media accounts. If we can make our audience bigger, we might have a chance against the Dominion. Are you ready? Subscribe, like, and share. Are you with me?